Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on Ravenport. We are going to carry straight on from where we left off in the last episode, so let's get to it. 350,000? Well, like we've now got a full load in here, so we want to take that one back and unload this. But yeah, we don't really have very much left. How much have I got now? Oh, I'll have to wait until I've unloaded this. Then I can see. And what do you got? 6,000 litres left. I timed that pretty well, I think. Let me speed that up a minute. Like that. And then we start unloading. 1,700 litres left. That went all the way down to almost completely empty before the silage actually hit it. It's coming along now. So we're on 805. Time we go scroll through, you know, we've got to fast forward time. You've got to go through midnight in order to be able to get it all. Time we get to that, we should have all the rest of the silage here, which is going to give us probably $500,000. Which is not going to be enough. It's the eggs are the big bit, really, for this. The eggs are the big thing. Right? Once we get our eggs done, or hopefully, like, we've spawned a whole load of eggs, that's going to be the bit that's going to make us the money. That's the serious money maker. Go up into here. I mean, we've got a huge amount of eggs. Plus, we also have the what do you call the economy is on the easiest setting of economy as well. So, like, the amount of money that you get for eggs is utterly obscene on the easy setting. It really is. And that, in theory, is supposed to represent the work that you've got to do for the eggs in the base game, because you've got to pick them all up individually by hand. Whereas we don't do that, because we've got the pallets, and we've sort of automated the process a little bit. That does make our life a little bit easier. And I got no shame with that. I got absolutely no shame with that whatsoever. And, yeah, I know most people that I talk to use the pallets now. It's the idea of picking up those, like, it's great to start with. It can be fun picking up those egg boxes and thinking, yeah, you know, we're really earning our money. But once you've done that a couple times and you've had to hand stack them on a trailer or something like that, you really start to wonder what you're doing with your life. So you then quickly switch over to the bigger pallets. It does make life a lot easier, doesn't it? I don't think it's not like a game-breaking thing. The whole animal thing that I've ranted about a bit is, in my mind, that's almost game-breaking. Something I thought would have been really nice to see is a viable upgrade that you could have had for the chicken pens. If you could have purchased an upgrade for the chicken pens that allowed you... Well, I'm going to bring that one up to there, like that. Go to there, and what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to start unloading it, but I'm going to go forwards, and I'm going to try and get all the other silage that's up there. Let's just put the time down again. I'll unload this machine completely a minute, like that. I'll come back over this way. Oh, it's going to allow me to take some of it. So what I want to do is I want to go around like that. And keep unloading. There. I might be able to do this without actually having to move the lorry at all. Right. I'll bring that back a little bit. And then swing that one out. There, like that. Right, now we can move forward a bit and hopefully take the rest of that. But yeah, one thing that I would like to have seen is some purchasable upgrades for eggs for the chickens, because I thought that would be like that'd be a genuinely cool thing that you could get. Like you've got some sort of automation that you can buy for the chickens, so that you're not stuck having to pick everything up by hand. Because let's face it, if you're doing large-scale poultry farming, and eggs in particular, you do very quickly get some form of automation going with it. I don't know of any large-scale poultry farmers that do everything by hand. There's automation that is brought in, and the whole process is fully automated, from the eggs being laid all the way through to the eggs being put into boxes on pallets and then sent away. And I thought it would have been really cool to be able to see some viable upgrades that you could get sort of within the game. And so it's a little bit of a disappointment that you can't have such viable upgrades, but it's, you know, I'm hoping that maybe there'll be a mod that will bring those out. That would be very, very cool if we could see such a mod. There is already a mod that has now been released. When I was doing the Tyrolean Alps at the end of FS17, you could go round to each of the animal pens and you could buy an upgrade. It was a one-off purchase, and it would allow you to automatically fill the water troughs for the animals. You didn't have to physically carry water to them. You installed a pipeline, which, you know, makes a lot of sense, because that's what people do in real life. They don't bring tanker loads of water for all of their stock. They put in a pipeline. And so it allowed you to do that. That was one of the things in the map. It was sort of built into the map that you could build a pipeline and you could water your animals like that. And there's now a mod on the mod hub that has got that. I did consider putting it in here because it does actually add the need for water in chickens as well. But I ultimately decided against it purely because we're just about on the end of this series, and I didn't really think that I wanted to go adding in a whole new dimension of play to this particular series. I thought we'll do that. We'll add that mod in the next series rather than this one. Right, I'll bring that over there and get the rest of the silage on that side. And then I'll back up here a little bit. And I'll get the rest of the silage over there. Swing that one out over and unload like that. That should hope, yep, that's got all of it. And swing you back out over there. It's quite good that you can actually get just about all of the silage here with this one. I don't know if the base game one you can, with the mouse one. This is obviously, not the mouse one, this is the sugar beet one. That is the Stevie mod that I've got that's been altered. So it's sped up, so it does fill faster. It's definitely filling a lot faster than the non-Stevie one. We got one lorry load left. As soon as we've done this bit, we got one lorry load left, and that is all of our silage overloaded and put into here. So speed up time again. We're going to be working by night for this. There we go. Lit up like a Christmas tree. We're going to have to work a little bit late just to get this through. We get all of that in. And I'll let those numbers tick down a little bit. Empty out that bit. There. So we've still got 40,000 litres of silage on board our lorry here. So I want to take that. That's got to tick down all the way. Let me just have a drink a second. There we go. Right. And start unloading that. I should be most of that silage now gone into the machine, I'm hoping. Went through. Nope, there's going to be a little bit left on board. Now I can tip it all out. Can I? Yes. Right. So it's 9 o'clock at the moment. We've got a full silage thing in there, and then there's going to be a little bit more besides. So I'm not quite sure if I will get everything on board or not. We will have to see. Right. Start overloading. I'll bring that round that way. I want to straighten that one up. I will slow that down. It's 10 o'clock in the evening now. 10 o'clock in the evening. We may not get all the rest of this side. Everything is in there at the moment will go through the machine. That won't be an issue. What I'm wondering is if the final little bit of silage will actually end up like being processed tonight, or if we're going to have to wait until tomorrow for it to all be processed. There's everything down there. We unload that into there. And most of what's left, like that, I'm going to go and pick that up. I'll bring you around that way. And that's actually now everything. Bunker silo is empty. I'll dump the rest of it into there. Let's turn the lights on this one as well. Loads of lights on this one. Working very, very late tonight. Look at that. Right, that is now everything emptied and loaded up. So we shut that one down. I'm going to bring that one down over here, and I'm going to fold this one up. That's all going to be folded and put away now. So that all lifts up. Those all fold over, swap over. Conveyor belts all go in. Absolutely fantastic. And then once all the conveyor belts, that one then folds up and goes up there. The seat turns around, the cab lowers down, and there you are. You are in travel configuration. So let's just jump out of there a minute, and I want to go in here, and I'm going to call up our man at the dealership down the bottom. Leased items. Call up our man at the dealership and tell him to come and get it. We've got more there. Oh, you can't click through and see what you can do. So anyway, no. I want to return the Mouse 5. Yes. Very well. Right, he's come and collected that one. He's taken it back. That one's done. And I've got 70,000 litres of silage left that we want to process in the plant. How many of these litres are actually going to be used? How much of this stuff is actually going to be used? I'll start fast-forwarding time again. So we're 10 o'clock at the moment. How much are we going to be left with at midnight? This is my big question, my big curiosity. It's 10:30, and we've got well over a bunker full at the moment. It's coming up to 11 o'clock. Going quite late. We will get everything into the bunker. Yeah, everything in there. Everything will go into the biogas plant and start to be processed. Just in the in-feed bit. There we go. It's now all in. We've only got 45 minutes. So whatever is left will be done tomorrow rather than today. So we'll bring that one. We'll let that run all the way up to midnight. And then we've got to wait until tomorrow before the last of it can be processed. So we get a little tiny bit of cash available tomorrow. I'm going to let that go there. Right, down. 20,000 litres. 21,000. Right. There we go. 300,000. I thought we'd get $500,000. No. $300,000 from biogas plant income, and then we got 20,000 worth for the next time. Just for the last bit. So we got $1 million at the moment, which is enough to buy 2 fields up the top. So I'm going to buy those 2 fields right now. Those are done. Oh, wait a minute. What are we like? Growth. It's ready to harvest. That's done with, actually. Oh, look here. That's not fertilized. Oh, of course, that one's grass. That one there is grass. That doesn't have that. We don't need to worry about it. We could actually go and mow that, except I don't want to. That's ready for harvesting. So I'm not gonna get that one yet because I don't want to do anything with it. Not yet. It doesn't need ploughing, although it could need ploughing at some point. I'm gonna leave that one. We need a bit of lime down there on that one. And this big field, this needs lime as well. I'm not going to worry about those. I want to head back home now. And then as soon as we get home, we're going to sleep. And then once we've slept, in the morning, we've got horses and sheep that we want to top up. We'll top everything up on the horses and sheep. And then we're also going to want to sell another 4 horses and buy 4 new horses. It'll probably be the last horses that we do any buying and selling with in this series. And then we'll buy a whole new load of horses in the next series. And I think we'll stick with what we've got at the moment, because we've been running 2 large lots of horses. No, 2 small pens. So the equivalent of 1 large pen, I think. We got 16 horses anyway. I do 4 horses each day, and that seems to work out quite nicely. So I'll probably do that in the next series as well. We'll do 16 horses, 4 horses each day. So I'm not necessarily doing them every single day, and then the horses will stay for a little bit, and then we move on to the next ones, and so on and so forth. So I am slowly getting through the entire Great Book of Names. It may be taking a little while, but we are slowly getting through it. Well, it's extremely late, but it's only fair that we feed our rather energetic Cerberus right here. So we'll do that just before we go to bed. There you go. Come on, Cerberus. Have a bite to eat. It's been a while since anybody has actually seen me feed him, but I would just like to stress the point that I am still feeding him. It just might not, people may not be seeing it. And we do have a lot of hired help around the farm. I've frequently just asked them to do it as well. So, Cerberus is being fed. Fear not. He is definitely getting all of the food that he could possibly need. So we will have a good long sleep for the night. There we go. And, right. So now we can go and check on our various animals. And we'll do that from here. All the chickens are absolutely fine. They've got all that they could possibly want. The sheep, we will go and put a couple of bales in for them now. And the horses, well, the main thing about the horses is straw, right? That they are all going to want a fair bit of straw. We've also got, another lot of straw up in here. But we've also got horses ready to sell. We've got 4 more horses ready to sell. So first thing this morning, we will go and sell 4 horses so that we add a little bit more cash to the pool. And you know what I'm going to do in a minute? I'm just going to tab my way up to here. I'm just going to run. I'm just going to run over here because I'm curious how many eggs we've got on all of the established pens. Like the ones, the new ones, we're not going to have all that many eggs. But I mean, like here, I've got 2 full pallets and another pallet that is almost full on that pen there. And I suspect we've got something similar. Okay, so we've got a full pallet on every pen by the look of it. So I think what we'll do is we will leave it one more day before we actually do anything about that. But what I'm going to do first, the very first thing is we're going to go and sell the 4 horses. Then we're going to buy 4 more horses, and we will obviously give them their names. And then we can start putting in a little bit of straw and hay for horses and for sheeps, and make sure that they are all happy and tickety-boo. That's all looking good down there. Let's go and find these horses. That's another, well, it's like 100,000 and something, 100 and something thousand. I can't remember exactly how much it is that we get. So let's have a look. You, right here, is 47,000. Silver Fennekin is going to be sold. Silver Wolf 187. Tiny Big Man and Black Wolf 36. You have done well, so we will confirm that. It's $188,000 that we get for selling those bad boys. Right there. So then we want to go and buy 4 more. So at the moment we've got a brown, a pale, what is that one? That's a palomino. We've got a chestnut. We've got a grey. Oh, there we go. There's that's not a palomino. That's a pinto. And that one is the grey. Yeah, so I've got those 4. So it's these 4 down here that we want to buy. So we want a bay, we want a black, we want a seal brown, and we want a dun. So, space to confirm. Right, let me just rename them a second. We have Alexander Lewis, we have Eric King, we have Kalen Peters, and we have Udo Marga. Those are the 4 new horses that we have added in, names taken from the Great Book of Names. You can find details about that one on the Discord. There's more details down below. I talk about it a lot. I'm not going to go into it right now. But if you want to get into the Great Book of Names, go onto the Discord. That's probably the best way to go about doing it, because it's talked about a lot on there. And plus you get recognition on the Discord as well. And you get special privileges on the Discord. Ooh. There, I want to unload the water into there. See, we haven't got very much water at all. We don't need very much water. You get special privileges for being in the Great Book of Names on the Discord server. Namely, you get to influence series. If I have something I want to know, if I'm putting a random question out, if I want game suggestions for future games, possible game suggestions for the next live stream. Most of these questions I pose on a channel that is only accessible by people who are in the Great Book of Names. So it is worth actually working to get in there. Regular comments in the comment section down below. I just realised that I'm doing exactly what I said I wasn't going to do, but I'm kind of killing time while I'm filling up the water tank right here. But, you know, being active here on YouTube is a great way to get yourself into the Great Book of Names. And also being very active on Discord. Although being active on Discord, you've got to be very active on Discord to be able to earn your way in just through doing that, because the only way that we've got of tracking what people do on the Discord is tracking it tracks every single thing that happens. So you have a conversation with somebody and it will track it. So we've sort of set the bar quite high for just social interaction on Discord, but it is possible. Some people have actually earned their way in just through social interaction on Discord, so you could do it on there if you wanted to. If you really wanted to only get to it via Discord, then you can. I'm going to actually, we'll put this trailer in there because it will fit. We will squeeze that one back in there. I'm not going to use it for a bit, so it can go in there without any problems whatsoever. And then we can go and get the horse, the straw spreader thing for the horses. We get that onto the front loader, and we can get some straw put in for our horses. So we'll ease you back in there like that. There we go. Right, we'll unhitch. I have now been able to accumulate the get the feedback on what I was talking about a little while ago. With what we should do as our final crop on all of the fields. So the plan at the moment is we are going to buy up. We've got that one, field 11, and we've got the big one over here. We've also got the little one here and these bits over here. We're going to ignore those for now. The plan is to buy up field 9, 10, and 8. Now, I can actually go and buy some already, except the reason I don't want to is because in here we got sugar beet and it's currently ready for harvesting. So I'm going to just let that one harvest off. That's grass up in field 9. So we'll buy field 9. We'll buy that one out right now. There. Done. Field 8 is corn growing in field 8, and that's nearly ripe, so we're going to leave that one. We now own field 9, but we're going to plough all of this in together, field 10, 9, and 11, and we'll also get field 8. We won't bother enlarging field 8, we'll just leave that one as it is, but this one here, we will plough these fields in together, just to join them up a bit, but we're not going to go overboard on this. We've got a new map coming up that we're going to be using, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to enjoy using this new map. I also got a lot of feedback on the new map as well, and what we should do. I said which one it's going to be. It's Alps Northwest or something like that. I still can't remember the exact name of it. But what I did say was that I've got someone, Udo Maga has gone and put together a save game for me on that map. Now, all he's done is get a load of animals into the large animal pens that already exist on the map, and he's put those together, and just that's it. Right, we'll start unloading this straw into here. He's put a load of animals, he's filled up the animal pens, and he's filled up all of the animals on there, like all of the feed values, the feed and the straw and everything else. He hasn't really done anything else. I think there's maybe a field that he's created, made it a little bit bigger, but there isn't really anything else that has been done on the map. So it would be our map. It would be what we want to do. But I got some very mixed feedback on that one, and it was very mixed actually. It was some people, you know, it was sort of roughly half and half. You know, I shouldn't be turning around really fast with this one. It was roughly half and half of the feedback on that map. Half of you seem to like the idea of me using the save game file. The other half of you really, really didn't. Now, it must be said that the people who like the idea just sort of said, yeah, why not? We'll go for that, and then you've sort of got that bit done. But the people who didn't like the idea are very strongly opposed to it. Really don't like the idea of me using a save game file that someone else has already started. You'd like me to go into the map with a blank canvas and start from there. Now, the idea of that map is that we're going to be doing things very, very big scale. That is the idea of the map. That's what we want to do. We want to play everything on large scale on there. Let's put that one in like that. Pick that one up. Alright, it is actually counting the straw in there, even though it's stuck way up on top, but that's all that matters. So, because the people who said yes are kind of not... It's not that you're indifferent or anything, it's that, you know, I'm not getting a strong vibe of, oh yes, we definitely should do this because it's going to make it so much better. It's kind of, well, yeah, why not? Whereas the people who don't like this idea, they seem very, very much against the idea and would much prefer it if I was to start the map from scratch. I will do it like I've done on this one. We've got the easy settings on this one. I started with the pre-made farm on here, and if we go into here, we've got, it's not in that one, is it? It's in this one over here. I think it is. You always got to wait. When you go into that setting there and you come out of it, you've got to wait. We got the economy difficulty on easy, and that's what we'll do. We'll keep the economy difficulty on easy. I'll also start the map on easy mode as well, so that we've got the, I should probably have put the weight on the back of this one, because it's very heavy on the front. No, we'll be alright. Yeah, it's, so I'll start the map with the house and everything sort of as intended. We'll take some money that we've got from this one, and we'll take that over so that we can buy a load of land to start with, and we might buy some animals, but probably not to start with, because we'll want to build things up so that we can get the animals in there. The idea is to do large-scale cattle and pigs. That's what we're after with this one, is large-scale cattle and pigs. So I won't use the save game file because of, you know, the reasons. It's... I can appreciate that some people really, really don't like the idea of me using a save game file. That's absolutely fine. So... and because the reaction from the people that don't like it seems quite strong compared to the reaction of the people who, you know, like the idea of me using it, but I honestly don't think you seem to mind either way. You just sort of think, oh yeah, well, why not? We'll go with that, and we'll see, you know, how much further we can progress with it. So because of that, I will go for the starting myself, and that way... I think that's the sort of the better balance. I don't always use like a straight vote on things. I do sometimes go for... because I suspect that if I was to have done a straight vote for it, the vote would have been use the save game file. But sometimes I go on the comments. Sometimes I go on what people have messaged me, what I've seen written on Discord, and... messages in comment section, and messages elsewhere as well. I get feedback in all sorts of locations. And so I'm sort of taking all of this and I'm putting it all together, and I'm coming to the conclusion that, yeah, I think overall it would be better if we do start from scratch and we won't use the save game file. So that's that bit cleared up. The other thing is the final crop on here. A lot of people seem to think that it was a really good idea to... Well, there we go, folks. I'm afraid that's it. We've run out of time, which means that we need to head on home. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.